Hey everybody, it's Casual Boops coming at you with another video, and today we're going to do Advent Calendar Day 9, which is the STG Guard. It's the STG Tier 8 Soviet medium tank with the Guard paint scheme, which means you cannot apply any of your camo that you want to it. It just looks like it looks, and it has these kind of Soviet flags on the side and so on. And maybe I missed it in previous days, but if this is the first one I've actually noticed that has a deal. This one appears to be 15% off of the cost of the tank itself, plus the 300 gold garage slot. You take that, and that's 9,000. 15% off of that gets you to 76.50. So then you also get the crew and then the 5Xs and so on and so forth. So, do I think this is a good tank? It's not meta per se, but I think it's a fine tank. It can do things. There are good things about it. I guess I'll tell you the good things and the bad things, and you can decide for yourself if this is something that you want. Like, it's not an instant like, oh my god, yes, you must buy this. But in general, the penetration is fine. The average damage per shot is 390. That's excellent, actually, for a tier 8 medium tank. 390 is very good. Of course, the drawback that comes with that is the very substandard, subpar DPM. Like, the DPM is bad. So it feels really bad if you're aiming a shot and then you miss, and then you have to reload for, whatever it is, 13 seconds to try again. So it's very easy. Like, just a couple shots means the difference between like an okay game and a really good game. And so that's what's going on with that. And the final accuracy is pretty good, but some of the soft stats kind of suck. So what the gun would make you believe, and also the power to weight being 14. Again, this is like not the fastest thing in the world. It's not a peppy tank. So all these things combined, really what this thing is generally supposed to play like, if you ignore the fact that it says it's a medium tank, the thing really sort of plays more like a tank destroyer, to be honest. Yeah, it's got a pretty okay gun and so on and so on. You punish someone for pushing, right? They push around and try to attack your friends, and then you shoot them in the side for, a 390 hit point bomb. So 6 degrees of gun depression is a little bit on the awkward side, and 370 view range is a little bit like, these are all like fine, but not that good. It has a rear mounted turret, so that's one of the things that, like, if you're not used to rear-mounted turrets, these can be very awkward. So, like, for new players, if you're like, oh, that looks neat, I want to try this out, I would definitely say this is probably something that you should not, like, play some tech tree tanks that have rear-mounted turrets first and decide if that's something that you're okay with, because it's very awkward, and it can be very uncomfortable to play. Otherwise, armor-wise, they're really, you can get lucky kind of bounces, in the hull, I suppose, maybe if you're really lucky, but generally speaking, it's made of cheese. The turret has some armor, but it's really trollish. Like, there's these little bits, you know what I mean? It really depends on the angle, and you really sort of have to get lucky. Like, when you play this thing, you basically assume that you do not have armor, and because of that, it has really good camo. So again, it's you train camo on your crew. You have a fully traversable turret, so you can it's a little more flexible that way, and you sit in a bush, and you ignore the fact that you're designated as a medium tank, and you shoot people and pretend you're being a tank destroyer. So that's really what this thing is meant to play like. Yeah, except it has a full turret and so on and so forth. So if you like tank destroyers, then this is maybe this is something you don't want to look into. But again, it has the awkwardness of the rear-mounted turret and doesn't really have any armor. So that's kind of the whole thing here. I guess it makes pretty okay money. Just because the shell cost is relatively low relative to the damage that it does per shell. So I think the tank is fine. I don't find myself playing it all that often because I don't really enjoy the like stagnate, like sit in a bush tank destroyer play style necessarily, but it's that this is not just about me. So, like, if what I'm saying to you sounds like fun, then go ahead and buy it. I don't think like, when I see these on the battlefield, I don't think, oh god, that guy wasted his money, like I do when I see a mutant, or like a round panzer. Like, this is fine. These are fine tanks. It's not really for me necessarily. I kind of regret purchasing mine a little bit, but they're fine. They're fine tanks. So this one's kind of up to you if this sounds like something that you'd like to buy. So anyways, that's it, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.